Okay, good morning. Welcome to the Town Council regular meeting on Wednesday, September 4th at 8 a.m. in the Green Room. We will be led by the pledge by Dennis.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dennis. Item number 2, visitors. Are there any visitors who would like to speak? Patricia, would you like to speak? No. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Good to have you here. Item number 3, approval of minutes, August 21, 2024. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Item number 4, appointments for Melissa Harris to the Human Services Advisory Board. Mary, she is not here.
I know.
Then we should wait.
Gio.
I guess that is our protocol, so we'll follow the protocol. Okay, all right. Item number 5, Historic Preservation Grant, and Sharon is here to speak to that. Hello.
This is a continuation of my historic preservation grant that I started working on in 2021. It's part of our backfile project. So this is just a continuation of the project I've been working on since 2021. This is just permission to continue on with that project, to apply for the grant, and $5,500 is the grant for this year. I'll have a leftover balance of $170, which I can pull that money from my historic preservation account. So there's no tax dollars involved. This is a non-tax dollar historic preservation grant. The money comes from recordings out of my office. That the money goes to the state, and then once a year we can apply for grants for that from that pool of money. So that's what this is for the continuation of the backfile project I've been working on.
Excellent. All right, thank you. Questions? All right, does everybody have an motion in front of them?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you very much. All right, now we will go to item number 6. Do I go right into this motion to approve, or would we ask for background, or?
I can give a little background.
How
At
about
the, we had a special meeting last week where the council and the public was updated on the proposed tax abatement ordinance and the PSA for the Pearson School. Based on some feedback from that meeting, we took that back to the developers and their attorneys. We changed a few dates in the draft PSA. We have the final copy. So we are asking to have the council move it to a public hearing. A town meeting for September 25th.
Okay, so item number 6, the motion to approve the sale of 75 East Main Street, AKA Abraham Pearson School, to Xenolith Partners for the purchase price of $500,000, to authorize the town to sell 75 East Main Street, Clinton, Connecticut, to Xenolith Partners, to authorize the town to lease a portion of the building for use as a senior center, to authorize the town manager to negotiate and enter into a purchase and sale agreement and lease agreement with Xenolith Partners and all other documents as may be necessary and appropriate to complete such transactions, and to refer this matter to a town meeting on September 25th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. All right, thank you very much. Item number 7, the year-end line item transfers, and Bob is here to speak with us.
Yes, these are the year-end transfers that were highlighted on the last financial report. These transfers will complete the prior fiscal year. That will be, for the most part, the last transaction.
Okay. Anybody have any questions, or do you want me to jump into the motion? I'll jump into the motion and then there are questions. We can do it that way. Okay. Is there a motion to approve the year-end line item transfers totaling $42,910 as presented?
So moved.
Second? Discussion?
Will we have an idea of just how we ended up for the year? after all this?
Yeah, we'll have that.
Have that the next meeting? Thank you.
There may be some audited adjustments, but they won't be significant.
No, I know, they're usually. All right, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. All right, and down to the chairman's report. I would just like to thank both Carl Kildoff and Michelle Benavenia for proceeding with the Pearson project, and it's going in a timely manner, and happy to see that happen. So that's it for me. Sorry, I jumped the
That's
gun.
okay, that's all right. We switched it up
And
a little
I
this week.
asked for that.
That's okay, I know, that's okay. That's all right. All right, good morning, everyone. So as I had said a few minutes ago, the town council had a special meeting on the 27th to review the proposed tax abatement ordinance and draft of the Pearson School. Upon discussion, we received that feedback from the council, made those adjustments to the PSA. You all voted to bring it to a public town meeting on September 25th. So we have created a timeline, which I just wanted to say for the record. So on September 11th, we're going to have a public information session on the Pearson School plans. We will have the developers here, our attorneys here, and all the stakeholders in the project. So it'll be an opportunity to get an update on the renderings and the project as a whole, and what the plans are and all of that. On September 18th, there will be a public hearing for the tax abatement. And then on September 25th will be the town meeting for the PSA. So that is the timeline for that. The town website has now a section dedicated to the Pearson School project with the latest information, design renderings, and a frequently asked questions section. We also put, obviously, if anyone has any specific questions, they're welcome to reach out to my office, and we will do our best to get them the information that they are seeking. That will be updated as we get more information through the planning and zoning process all the way to the final opening of Pearson. And the developers are also working on a website, and we will link that as well once we get that and it goes live. There was discussion at the last council meeting about the concern and the rising utility bills and the financial burden that is putting on our residents here and businesses in Clinton. A letter was written and signed by myself and the members of the council. It was sent off to the governor's office and on August 27th, and I have copies here for each of you. I will provide you. Next evening meeting, Bo from the Recreation Department will be here. He is going to give an update on all of the projects that the Recreation Department has been doing, primarily funded through ARPA. Many of them have come to conclusion. A couple of them, hopefully by the 18th, should be all finished up, and we are going to have some pictures and things like that for you if you haven't had the opportunity to go to the physical sites and see the pickleball courts and the turf and everything. We'll have some photos together for the viewing. The enterprise management plan, which we had the gentleman from the fleet management company here. There was some additional questions from the council, so we are going to be scheduling a workshop. We are trying to set up a date. We're aiming for the 18th. There may be some conflicts on their end, so we are trying to nail that down, but as soon as we know that, we will get that off to you. And then Dale Coop, who is the candidate for the economic development consultant, will be present on September 18th to meet with the council, share his experience and his interest in the opportunity to work as a consultant for economic development for the town of Clinton. And that is all I have.
Still photos on September 18th?
Yes, we're going to still do photos at 6, yes. Yes, that's the last part of the website. If you haven't had an opportunity to go check it out, I think pretty much every employee's photo has been taken and put up there. Mary and I actually just yesterday finished up some of the color layouts for the new website, or the revamped website, I guess you would say. And then once we get your photos, we'll add that. So we're getting there, making progress. Yes.
Any questions for Michelle? Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Oh, Dennis.
Well, I was going to bring this up under the council discussion, but seeing it came up under our town managers. In reference to this enterprise leasing thing, I just want to make one comment. 5, 6 years ago, we were leasing automobiles. And the prior town manager said that that wasn't really the way to go, so we should buy cars. Now we're thinking about going back to leasing. My simplest comment is, we're like a yo-yo here, up, down. Government should be consistent. We either have a policy that we're gonna lease cars or own cars, but I don't think it's prudent to the public that every 3 to 4 years we change our, whatever you want to call it, attitude or whatever towards this. I would hope that this time we can get some information from, and some recommendations from our Board of Finance, our director and town manager as to just what direction are we gonna stay on and get this path straight, because quite frankly, I don't know that much about it. Are we losing money in between all the times that we do this or not? I mean, you change from lease to own, and now we're gonna maybe go back to lease. Somewhere along the line, though, we must be losing money in between these changes, so I just want to get this consistent for once and sort of like put it to bed.
So to that point, so I did do some, looking into the history here, and they did lease vehicles, but due to the rising interest rates of those lease vehicles, because the economy, the former town manager did then recommend going to purchasing them for capital because of the interest rates rising, again, being mindful of tax dollars. This opportunity that we're going to have, and again, we're going to get more answers, is kind of a hybrid where it's not technically a lease because we get the equity of the cars, and then they sell them on a rehaft after our 3 years with them, and then we get credit for that equity, and that's how we can keep the monies low. There is significant savings, which we will demonstrate in the presentation. And in the questions that have been asked amongst council members, we will have that all typed out too, and Bob and myself and the chief will work on some visuals to make it a little easier to read because it can be a little cumbersome. And we will do our best to show you the savings. We are very mindful that we are stewards of the residents and tax dollars. So I understand it does seem that we fluctuate a lot, but again, it goes with the market trends to have the most cost-effective option for our taxpayers and also for our police officers' safety. So, but we will answer any questions that you have. I would encourage you, if you have other questions in the meantime, why don't you either let me know them, Dennis, you can email me, or, and I
The
can.
only other question I had, I read very, closely all the material that we had. We had a chance to digest it. That's why I'm asking these questions. Another thing, they sort of brag about the fact that they have a lot of municipalities. But I would like to know how many police departments that they have. I mean, having municipality vehicles is a lot different from having police departments. As we could see in these reports from the police department, the use of police cars is quite different.
Understood.
All this idling and using of the engine, it really wears the engine down faster than just the person that's, so anyway, you get my drift.
Yeah, understood.
And so I guess I was, default to not asking at the time, how many police departments do they have within the state of Connecticut? And
So the state of Connecticut, again, which we explained, currently there is, I know just yesterday alone, the chief was at a conference or a meeting and like 5 departments asked for their information. Connecticut had a tax that made it not worth enterprises coming into the municipal landscape of Connecticut. They've recently changed that tax, so now they can do that, but across this country, they have over 1,200 municipalities. But I will get you a breakdown of the police departments across the country, and I will get you the current ones that they are in the process of working with in the state.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thanks, Dennis. Any other questions for Michelle before we go into council discussion? All right, so council discussion, item number 10. Does anyone have? Yep. Yep.
No, I'm good now.
You're good. All right. Anyone else?
A while ago, we were going to have an unassigned fund balance workshop. I don't want to have it this month because we're already meeting every Wednesday this month, but just flagging that again, that we should once again sit down and talk that out after the budget's all set.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, nobody.
All right. Town council liaison reports. BBC.
Economic, start. Economic Development Commission's business outreach program, we talked about it a bunch of times, but we never sat down with the businesses. We've identified the businesses between the Firehouse and Grove Street as the downtown area. It's 42 or 43 businesses. Initial contact has been made to those businesses to understand who the right persons to talk to are. And we have a list of 5 questions that we're going to go out and ask them in November. There's a 2-week period in November that the EDC is going to, on behalf of the town, ask these businesses what's their concerns, issues, or comments. And we have 5 questions, but we thought it'd be smart to talk to all the boards and commissions in town rather than have independent, like WPCC and Planning and Zoning and Inland Wetlands. So a member of the EDC Commission has attended board meetings of each of the different ones. We don't have them all done yet. We've been to about half or a little more. But by the end of this month, we'll have attended and we'll have collected questions from any other boards and commissions that might want to incorporate into that outreach program, including the Chamber of Commerce. Our meeting with the Chamber is October 7th. So we'll have all of our questions and comments and presentation to the businesses. We'll go through with Abby and the town manager, Michelle, and make sure that we have it together, and then in November we'll roll it out with the plan that John Allen will be here on December 4th to present the findings to the town council.
Great. Anyone else for reports?
Well, Michelle mentioned Park and Rec Commission is meeting right now, 8:30 today, and I think they're gonna open up pickleball and the turf.
Right.
So, the turf end was fixed, and the pickleball court, you know, I didn't get the report this morning, but it looks good. I drove down there the other day and looked at it. Looks like it's ready. The bleachers, if you go down to the football field, there's a new scoreboard and the bleachers look good, and they fixed the press box. I don't know exactly what they did to the press box, but it looks aesthetically nicer from the outside. So I think all those projects are pretty close, like you said, to wrapping up. I should know more next meeting.
If I can get my pickleball set and get over there tomorrow morning.
Get your racket ready.
Well, I keep saying we should have after all we've gone through, we should have a grand opening and something, you know, balloons and confetti or something. I don't know.
It does look nice. I was
Yeah.
out there myself the other day and went all across all the different things that you just discussed. It looks very good.
Yeah.
Pickleball came out better than I thought it would.
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, anything else? All right, so if we have nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
All right.